United States has a staggering amount of naval and air assets in the Middle East right now. The Pentagon says those forces are postured to support the defense of Israel and protect U.S. troops and assets in the region. Israel's war against Hamas is still mostly contained to Gaza, and the back-and-forth attacks with Hezbollah in Lebanon seem to be dying down after Israel preemptively struck thousands of weapons and launchers at dozens of sites in Lebanon. Still, as long as Iran and its axis of resistance continue to attack Israel, there are fears the war in Gaza could expand into a wider regional conflict, which is why just this week, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin told his counterpart in Israel twice the U.S. resolve to defend the Jewish nation is ironclad. So let's go ahead and take a look at what an ironclad commitment means in terms of naval and air assets. We'll start in the Mediterranean since that's the closest to Israel. Israel is right in this area here. Right now, the United States Navy has 4 guided missile destroyers and the WASP ARG, or Amphibious Ready Group. Each one of these guided missile destroyers is capable of taking out ballistic missiles, drones, cruise missiles, and other aerial threats. And the WASP ARG-MU, so it's the Amphibious Ready Group, and there's a Marine Expeditionary Unit also attached to it. That WASP ARG-MU consists of the USS Wasp, which is an amphibious assault ship. It also has the USS New York and the USS Oak Hill, which is a dock landing ship. The New York is an amphibious transport docking ship. So the WASP itself acts like a mini aircraft carrier for the Marine Expeditionary Unit assigned to the ARG. So it can launch F-35Bs, helicopters, and other aircraft. The 2 other ships in the ARG are designed to get the Marines and their equipment to shore if the need arises. Now let's take a look at the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. Or the waters, right in Iran's backyard. Here, the Navy has 2 guided missile destroyers, the McCain and the USS Michael Murphy, as well as 2 full carrier strike groups, the Abraham Lincoln and the Theodore Roosevelt. Now, as the name implies, each of those carrier strike groups consists of an aircraft carrier, right? And each one of those aircraft carriers is escorted by 3 guided missile destroyers, and the Teddy Roosevelt CSG also has a guided cruise missile, or guided missile cruiser, steaming alongside it as well. Lots of ships, and those carriers also carry lots of planes. The Abraham Lincoln itself has 4 squadrons, 1 squadron of F-35Cs and 3 squadrons of FA-18 Super Hornets. The Roosevelt carries, its carrier wing consists of 4 squadrons as well. All of those are FA-18 Super Hornets. Also, somewhere in this region is a squadron of F-22 Raptors ready to defend the skies as needed. And you might have noticed this little guy over here, the USS Georgia. It's a nuclear-powered submarine able to shoot cruise missiles. It's somewhere in these waters, just waiting to dispense freedom. Now, you may notice there is an obvious lack of U.S. naval assets in the Red Sea right now. That doesn't mean there are no Allied ships in the area. The Brits and the French both have naval assets in the Red Sea, and both the Saudis and Jordanians, Jordan is here, have indicated they would not let Iranian weapons fly through their airspaces. So, the U.S. forces are put where they can do the most good and provide the most help. Near Iran to take out any sort of weapons that launch early, and near Israel to take out any threats that might slip through the first wave of defense, or threats that come from areas closer to Israel, namely Lebanon, Iraq, and Syria. So that's kind of a distribution of the U.S. naval and air assets in the Middle East right now, and this is what SecDef Austin means when he says the U.S.'s commitment for the protection of Israel is ironclad. For Straight Arrow News, I'm Ryan Robertson. If you want more of our unbiased, straight fact reporting like this about Israel, about Iran, and the tensions in the Middle East, be sure to download the Straight Arrow News app today or log on to san.com.